Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
Happy Halloween season, everyone. I know a lot of you have been waiting a long time for me to do this series. So without any further ado, here it is. Let's kick off this year with Universal's Dracula. We will start with the first movie back in 1931, based off the book by Bram Stoker. This movie was directed by Tom Browning, who also directed a Lost to Time film called London After Midnight. I don't think this one needs much more of an introduction, so let's just jump right in. Title card and opening credits, with some beautiful music from Heinz Rohmheld. Beautiful Transylvanian countryside, with a carriage containing passengers played by Carla LeMay, Daisy Belmore, Nicholas Bella, and Renfield, played by the one and only Dwight Fry. Bella tells him that they need to hurry to the town before sundown because some scary stuff is about to happen. When they reach the town, the coach driver tries to unload really fast, but Renfield says, "Hold on a second, you gotta leave my luggage on there because I'm going on to Borgo Passage." The innkeeper, played by Michael Versoff, tells him that the driver is afraid and will not drive after dark. Renfield tells the innkeeper, "Well, I'm sorry, but I need to go there tonight. I'm meeting the carriage of Count Dracula," to which everyone freaks out. They warn him, but he still goes. The innkeeper's wife, played by Barbara Bosey, gives him a cross. In case anyone is new to this, vampires hate the cross, and if you have it on, it'll help protect you. So he sets out for Castle Dracula, where the Count and his wives are just waking up after sundown. By the way, the atmosphere here is amazing in this scene. The driver drops Renfield and bails. He gets in the carriage and heads for the castle. Look at that set. This is beautiful. It's quite the cozy place with the cobwebs and the armadillos wandering around. And here is our leading man, Bela Lugosi as...
I am Dracula.
So, the Count hired Renfield to secure some sort of legal real estate matters over in England for him. Dracula tells him that he has chartered a ship to get them there, and they are leaving tomorrow night.
Aren't you drinking? I never drink. Why?
The wine he gives Renfield knocks him out, and Dracula's wives come looking for a snack. He tells them to take off. Oh, real quick, I'm not really sure which wife is which, but the wives are played by Geraldine Dorkoff, Cordelia Thaw, and Dorothy Tree. They set sail for England. There's actually a movie made about this one part of the story. Anyway, the voyage doesn't end well for the crew. Okay, we're not really too sure what happens to the other crew. We know they all don't make it, but I'll count this one for the captain because the imagery is so awesome. This is probably one of my favorite parts here.
Wise man.
Just look at that face and hear that laugh. Pure insanity. And here we are in London. Dracula attends a theater where Dr. Stewart, played by Herbert Brunson, and his daughter, Mina, played by Helen Chandler, and her boyfriend, if you will, John Parker, played by David Manners, and Lucy, played by Frances Danes, are attending. The Count is very interested in them because the abbey that he just bought shares the grounds of the sanitarium that the doctor owns, Stewart Sanitarium. And that night, the Count pays Lucy a visit. He takes the form of a bat and flies to her window. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, he can do that too. Let's go check in on Renfield. We haven't heard from him in a while.
No, Martin, please. No, Martin. Martin, don't throw my spider away from me. Oh, Martin.
Poor fella. This is Martin, played by Charles Gerald, and he's removing all of Renfield's favorite snacks. Bug snacks, that is. Just need to throw this scene in here real quick.
Such a bounty.
Yes. I was just telling Ma... What was that?
Huh? That's extraordinary.
How silly of me. Must have been my imagination. There, you did it again.
Huh?
You just put a bug in your mouth. I think it was a spider.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
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 I did not.
I tell you, I saw you snatch a spider right out of the air and eat it.
Fork.
Dropped it. You flung it. What's the matter with you? I don't know. Mr. Renfield, I'll ask, what are you doing down there? What are you...
Fork found!
This is most unseemly. I don't think I can...
Sorry for the delay.
My God, man.
Edward Van Sloan here is back as our hero, Van Helsing. He plays this part marvelously. Better than he was in Frankenstein. I mean, this came out first, but, whatever. He already knows what killed the two young women. Man, this guy is awesome. Van Helsing meets with Renfield to get some answers out of him. Renfield is definitely a torn character. He tells him that the wolf howls are talking to him and he needs to be sent away, or something bad is going to happen to Miss Mina. Dracula flies into Mina's room, but he doesn't kill her like he killed Lucy, but he does bite her. Mina tells John that she thinks she had this crazy nightmare last night, and Van Helsing overhears this.
And then I saw two red eyes staring at me, and a white, livid face came down out of the mist.
He's the one who points out that she has these two puncture wounds on her neck.
How long have you had those little marks?
And guess who shows up right then?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Quite serious. My dear, I'm sure Count Dracula will excuse you. You must go to your room, as Professor Van Helsing suggests.
They send Mina to her room because she's feeling, well, ill. Watch the doctor go to work here.
So incredible. I mistrust my own judgment. Look.
He proves what he's been suspecting the whole time, that Count Dracula is a vampire. And like all good heroes, of course Dr. Stewart and John don't believe him. Van Helsing starts to back up his theory by saying he must have a coffin somewhere with loads of soil from his native land with it, and it has to be somewhere close by. Guess what?
Renfield? What are you doing there? Come here.
And that bat happens to show up right about that time when he's about to spill the beans on everything.
I'm loyal to you, Master.
Just then, one of the maids, played by Joan Standing, comes running in, saying that someone is dead out in the yard. The three men take off to see what's up. They find Mina passed out in the field and bring her back in, and you know who's watching from not too far away. Mina is starting to go off the deep end. They need to get rid of this lurking vampire and quick. John wants her to leave, but Van Helsing wants to use her as bait, kinda.
Isn't this a strange conversation for men who aren't crazy?
How the hell does Renfield keep getting out of his room?
Van Helsing.
The dialogue in this scene is phenomenal between Van Helsing and Count Dracula. This is pro wrestling trash talk before it was even cool. This is pre-Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. I also kind of wonder if this dialogue influenced Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. It looks like Mina is almost fully under the Count's control now.
Your eyes. They look at me so strangely. Mina, you're...
No, Mina, no!
John, you must go away from me.
That night, Dracula comes for Mina again, and another maid, played by Moon Carroll, lets him in. And this time removes the wolfbane and the reef from her neck in the doorway. Dracula takes Mina back to the Abbey where Renfield is waiting for them. How the hell he keeps getting out of his room, I will never know. Van Helsing and Jonathan show up just in time. Dracula thinks that Renfield led them there, so he takes care of Renfield.
All that blood on my hands!
Van Helsing finds Dracula sleeping in his coffin. Van Helsing is done and he is sick of this vampire, so he tears off the top of the coffin, rips a piece of the wood out, and uses that as a stake and drives it right into Dracula's heart, killing him. Now, Mina is free of his evil grasp, and everyone lives happily ever after. The end. The success of Dracula is what led to the beginning of the Universal monster movie craze. This movie came out a couple years after the crash of the stock market of 1928. This is one of those movies that, even though people had no money, they still somehow found a couple of cents to go out and check it out. It's a masterpiece. The visuals are outstanding. The acting is legendary. He set the bar for how every vampire actor had to act after this came out. And I have to say this, Dwight Frye is beyond awesome in this movie. I think he's the best actor in it, to be honest with you. He really deserves to be remembered just as much as Bella, Karloff, and Chaney. I often wonder if they realized while they were making this back in the day that they'd created characters that would live on for almost ever. I mean, this movie's almost, 93 years old? This is the original and it's still watched to this very day and has been reimagined over and over again through comic books, cartoons, movies, any way you could think of. Do I recommend this one? It's a must. So grab some pizzas and a bottle of wine.
I never drink. Why?
And check out the movie Dracula. But up next is Dracula's daughter.